I think people perceive something in you where it's like they can tell that you're a deep soul. It's like they can tell that you know things just by like looking at you, just by interacting with you. They can sense that you go much deeper than you let off. And I think the thing about you is that you are very humble. And so you don't realize how much wisdom you have. This is why you're so wise, is because that puts you in a state of like wanting to learn. So like you are always learning from others, even people who are like less wise than you. We're all wise in certain ways, but that's the beautiful thing about you, is that you take wisdom from everyone. You have like ancient wisdom, like you are a deeply wise soul. And I feel like you are in this season of learning to trust your wisdom and sharing it more, because the world needs your wisdom. I feel like you're being guided and led by the divine to share more of your wisdom. And I feel like there's going to be so many people who are like surprised by you, because what I'm getting is that there's like two different types of like perceptions of you. It's like otherwise people can sense the wisdom in you, even though you don't share how wise you are. You don't share the wisdom that you truly have, but other wise souls can sense that, and they're like, I feel like they're just hiding some gems. It's like you might have been really quiet in class. You might have like not been the one to want to raise your hand, and even though you might have known all the answers, and then there's like people who are a little less wise, people who do share all their wisdom, but it's like their wisdom is like doesn't really go that deep, but they're not as humble, and they feel like they're like wiser than everyone else, and they might have just like assumed that because you were quiet or because you were a little more reserved that you had nothing of value to share. And those people are going to be a little bit shocked, because I feel like you're stepping into confidence as far as sharing your wisdom now. And it's like you wanted to be sure that the wisdom you hold was true. It's like you didn't feel confident to just come out and share it, because you want to be sure that what you're sharing is going to be truth, is going to be validated by the Most High. And so it's like you were like waiting for your cue to go. It's like you're waiting for your cue from the divine to be like, yes, that's truth, and then you will speak truth. It's just like you have this whole wisdom reserve that has been lying dormant within you, and it's like being activated now. It's like you're being activated into your divine purpose, and all of this like dormant DNA, I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but it's like it's being activated now, and it's like you're stepping into your full expression confidently. And I think that you are meant to surprise people. I think that you are meant to take people by surprise. Like your presence on this earth is to teach people not to judge a book by its cover, because you might have been shy, you might have been reserved, you might have been insecure, you might have questioned yourself and felt worthless and felt like you have nothing of value to share with the world, and others might have seen that in you too. But it's like now you are stepping into this full expression of your soul, and your soul is deeply wise, and you have things to share with the world that have never been seen or heard or felt before. You are very unique in your wisdom. The wisdom you are bringing to this world is very unique, and maybe that's another reason why you didn't feel comfortable sharing it, is because you didn't see anyone else doing the same thing. And so, like, part of your journey is like getting all your validation from the divine, from your higher self, and that might have been a really tough part of your mission. It's because others outside of you couldn't validate you because they couldn't understand the depth of who you are. And so you had to release any attachment to outside validation and completely go within and completely find your trust within yourself and rely on your own self-trust and rely on your connection with the divine. And you are walking a very solitary path, in the way that it's like, again, you can't get validation from outside of you. Like, in order to do what you are here to do, you can't care about any validation. Like, you cannot look for any validation outside of yourself. You completely have to trust your own wisdom within and pull down the wisdom from your higher self. And it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of releasing ego and releasing attachment to how people view you. And it might sometimes feel like, oh, what if something I say is a mistake? That is just imposter syndrome. That's just old, fears and identities coming in. You know what you're doing. So just remind yourself that if you ever feel like imposter syndrome, or like if you find yourself seeking out external validation, use the affirmation, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly who I am. Even if you don't really believe it, you do on a certain level. You do know exactly who you are. You do know exactly what you're doing. You do know exactly what you're saying. It's just building that trust. So that's another one. I trust myself deeply and completely. So I cannot wait to see and hear the beautiful, unique wisdom you have to share with this world.